My name is Nora. I'm from Chicago and I go to school in LA at UCLA. I'm a rising third year and I study bioengineering. I'm working at a startup called Perfect Fit. It's a menstrual care company, and my project is on their biodegradable pads. So they want a biodegradable single-use option, and I've been researching the best option for them to do that. We've seen that a lot of pads out there that say that they're biodegradable just aren't because of the absorbent material. So we've been trying to determine which brands actually are and what manufacturers can do that completely biodegradable for us. And this morning actually we buried a lot of pads in the backyard of the office to compare after 10 days, 6 weeks, and 180 days, which pad did the best over time, what parts are left, and which option might be the best for us. I think I've gotten to go more into the environmental side here. In university, I've learned about, biodegradable applications and just generally biomaterials, but I've never learned about the environmental side of it. So I've been able to apply that knowledge in a new way. I think most information I needed has been free to the public, which is very nice. And I think that's a good thing when scientific information is free and open. It's been interesting to learn that there are almost no actual biodegradable options because the absorbent material of a pad is usually made of SAPs, which are super absorbent polymers. And there are kind of options for biodegradable SAPs that are currently being researched right now. So I'm really interested in learning more about that and possibly researching that aspect of biodegradable SAPs. At school, I have access to a lot of labs and everything, but here I have to think about what kind of tests we can do without any lab materials. And it's interesting being on a team without engineers, but they've clearly figured out how to do that. They have a good product and company already without having had an engineer on the team. But I am happy to be there and feel like I have something that I can add and something to give to them. I feel like it's making a big impact. Whenever I talk to someone about this, it's clear that this can do a lot, that biodegradable pads really are a necessity. And everything I read about the environment, it'll tell you about how many pads the average woman uses. And I, at first, was like, that's crazy. Of course that's adding to the landfills and everything. So I'm excited that this really can make an impact. When I was looking through the options, this was one of the good options for bioengineering. I think specifically because of the environmental aspects of it. Bali has been focusing on that. It has a lot of nice ecosystems that they definitely want to protect. So I think that was one of the main reasons I chose it, to see the biodegradable in that aspect the environmental side of that aspect. Single-use pads could be bad for the environment because of all the plastics, but just reading more about how many we use in a lifetime and how much that adds to a landfill, I think that it was kind of scary to see, and before I was oh, if I need to use one, I will, but now I'm definitely gonna go home and try and buy completely biodegradable options because that's been interesting to see. And I've been researching all over in different countries, and it's surprising how many countries are running out of space for landfills and just don't really know what to do with it. Some countries have plans for 2035 or 2050 and then just don't really know what they're going to do after that. I've always loved traveling and I've had a great time here. I've been able to get a mentor to help me learn about biodegradable testing, just something completely new. I think a study abroad or internship abroad is, I think, a really good experience for anyone, because living in a new place will just open up your eyes to like so many new things. It's just a completely new experience, definitely in a good way.